Children, today in our English period, we are going to start with active English. We are going to continue with part 2 of chapter 4. We are going to learn today how to write sentences using wouldn't or couldn't. We are going to learn to write sentences using wouldn't or couldn't. Children, in our earlier chapter, we had learned to use won't, right? Won't is the short form of will not. Won't is the short form of will not. I will not go to school tomorrow. I will not go to school tomorrow can be written as I won't go to school tomorrow. I won't go to school tomorrow. The same way, can't is the short form of cannot. Can't is the short form of cannot. And similarly, wouldn't, WOULDN', wouldn't is the short form of would not. Wouldn't is the short form of would not, and couldn't, COULDN', couldn't is the short form of could not. Couldn't is the short form of could not. Now, how do we use these words in the sentences? What do these words mean? Let us see that. Couldn't means I might have done it but was not in a position to do it at that time. Right? I might have done it but was not in a position to do it at that time. Let's take an example. Your mother is calling you to help her out in the kitchen. Right? Your mother is calling you to help her out in the kitchen. But at the same time, you have to complete your assignment. You're sitting and writing your assignment. You want to go and help your mother, but then you have to complete your assignment also. So you are not able to go and help her out. So there, in such situation, we will be using couldn't. Yes? So here, you cannot go, you're not able to go and help her out. So here, I will use couldn't. Couldn't is used when I talk about the past. Couldn't is used when I talk about the past. Yes, I will frame the sentence as Ravi couldn't help his mother. Ravi couldn't help his mother. Yes. Now the same way, wouldn't. WOULDN', wouldn't means I could do it, but I chose not to do it. I could do it, but I chose not to do it. Supposing you're sitting and watching television and your mother calls you out to help her out. Instead of going and helping her out, you tell her, no, I won't come. Right? So, wouldn't is the past of won't. So, when you say, no, I won't come, that means you can go and help her out, but you choose not to go and help her out. Right? You can go and help her out, but you choose not to help her out. So, wouldn't means you could do it, but you chose not to do it. Like I can say, Ravi wouldn't help his mother. Ravi wouldn't help his mother. So, understood children? Couldn't is used when you want to help, but you're not in a position to help. And wouldn't is used when you can help, but you choose not to help. Yes, both couldn't and wouldn't are used when we talk about the past. Both couldn't and wouldn't are used when we talk about the past. Now let us see how we use them in sentences. Write sentences using wouldn't or couldn't. Write sentences using wouldn't or couldn't. I won't carry the basket, said Mohan. This is a direct conversation, right? I won't carry the basket, said Mohan. Now when I have to use wouldn't and write it over here, since it's won't, past tense of won't is wouldn't, So I will use wouldn't in the sentence here. So who is talking here? Mohan. So I will write it as Mohan wouldn't carry the basket. Mohan wouldn't carry the basket. Yes, children. Here Mohan says, I won't carry the basket. I have to rewrite the sentence using wouldn't. So I will change it as Mohan wouldn't carry the basket. Yes, understood? Now let us see one more example. I can't carry the basket, said Maya. I can't carry the basket, said Maya. Again, it is a direct conversation. This is a conversation in the present. Maya is saying, I can't carry the basket. So what does it mean? Maya wants to carry the basket, but she is not able to do it. Maybe because the basket is too heavy, or maybe some other reason. Yes? So I can't carry the basket, said Maya. I am going to write it using couldn't, because couldn't is the past of can't. So I will write it as Maya couldn't carry the basket. Maya couldn't carry the basket. Yes, children, did you all understand? Yeah, let's go to the next example. We won't play football, said the boys. We won't play football, said the boys. So, who are the people who are talking here? The boys. What are they saying? We won't play football. So, how will I rewrite it using wouldn't? I will use wouldn't over here as won't. Past tense of won't is wouldn't. The boys wouldn't play football. The boys wouldn't play football. Yes, understood? Now children, I have some more examples over here, but I want you all to tell me what should be written over there, right? So you're going to form sentences using wouldn't or couldn't. Think of them, write it down. I will tell you the answers and let us see whether you're getting it correct. Okay? The next sentence is, I can't read the book, said Anu. I can't read the book, said Anu. Now, who is talking over here? Anu. And what is she saying? I can't read the book. Now children, think what should be the sentence? What should I use in the sentence? Whether I should use wouldn't or I should use couldn't. Yes, and how will I form the sentence? Think over it and then I will give you the answer and let us see whether we are getting it correctly. Done? Shall we see the answer now? So who is talking here? Anu. And what should I write? Can't. So what should I write? Couldn't or wouldn't? I'll write couldn't. So the answer would be Anu couldn't read the book. Anu couldn't read the book. Yes children, did you all get it right? Very good. Shall we do some more examples? Yes? The fifth one, I won't buy any oranges, said Mrs. Rao. I won't buy any oranges, said Mrs. Rao. Now, you all are going to write the answer and then we will see what the correct answer is. Yes, I won't buy any oranges, said Mrs. Rao. So who is the person involved here? Mrs. Rao. What is she saying? I won't buy any oranges. So what will be the past tense of won't? Should I use couldn't or should I use wouldn't over here? Yes. So I will use wouldn't over here. Mrs. Rao wouldn't buy any oranges. Mrs. Rao wouldn't buy any oranges. Done? Okay? Okay. Let's move to the next one. I can't go to the cinema, said Mohan. I can't go to the cinema, said Mohan. Now children, think over what should you write. I can't go to the cinema, said Mohan. Since can't is written over here, so what should I be using in my sentence? Should I use couldn't or should I use wouldn't? Yes, I will use couldn't over here. Mohan couldn't go to the cinema. Mohan couldn't go to the cinema. Right? Mohan couldn't go to the cinema. Yes, children, understood. Shall we move to the next one? Okay. I won't do it again, said Prem. I won't do it again, said Prem. Yes, children, now you're going to write the answer for this and then I'll tell you what the correct answer is. And let us see whether you all are getting it correctly. Yes, so the answer for this is going to be Prem wouldn't do it again. Prem wouldn't do it again. Yes, I won't do it again, said Prem. So we're going to write it as Prem wouldn't do it again. Yes, children, understood? Shall we see the next one? I can't help Maya, said Anu. I can't help Maya, said Anu. Now, think over how should we write this sentence. Should we write couldn't over here or should we write wouldn't over here? Done? Shall we see what the answer is? Yes. Anu couldn't help Maya. Anu couldn't help Maya. Yes. I can't help Maya, said Anu. The answer to this is Anu couldn't help Maya. So children, understood till here? When do we use wouldn't? When do we use couldn't? Yes, wouldn't is the past for won't and couldn't is the past for can't. Couldn't means I want to do it but I am not in a position to do it. Right? I want to help but I am not in a position to help. And wouldn't means I could help but I don't want to help. Wouldn't means I could help but I chose not to help. Yes, children, understood? Yes? Now shall we move ahead? Okay. Now children, we are going to learn to use must or mustn't. Must or mustn't. Okay? Now M-U-S-T, must. M-U-S-T, must. We use this to tell people what they have to do or to tell them to follow certain rules. M-U-S-T, must, is used when we tell others to do something or we tell them to follow certain rules. Okay, for example, we must go to bed early at night. We must go to bed early at night. Yes, so must is used when we tell people what they have to do or tell them to follow certain rules. Okay, now mustn't is the short form for must not. Okay, we use mustn't to tell people what they should not do. We use mustn't to tell people what they should not do, and it is the short form of must not. It is a short form of must not. For example, we mustn't talk in the class. We mustn't talk in the class. So understood, children? Must and must not, must and mustn't, when we are supposed to use it. Must is used when we tell people to do something or when we tell them to follow certain rules, and mustn't is used when we tell people what they should not do. Mustn't is the negative form of must. Yes, it is the short form of must not. Okay? Okay. Write must or mustn't in the blank spaces. Write must or mustn't in the blank spaces. Okay? So we have some examples here. Now we have to see whether we should write must here or we should write mustn't here. Children, this I think you all can tell me what should be written here. Yes? So read the sentence and think of the answer, and when I give you the answer, we can see whether you are getting it correct. Yes? We dash clean our teeth every morning. We dash clean our teeth every morning. So what should come here? We must clean our teeth every morning, or we mustn't clean our teeth every morning? Yes, the answer should be must. We must clean our teeth every morning. Yes, so the next one, we dash eat sweets in the classroom. We dash eat sweets in the classroom. We must eat sweets in the classroom, or we mustn't eat sweets in the classroom? Think over and think of the correct answer, and then when I tell you the answer, you can see whether you are getting it correctly. Yes? So what should come here? We must eat sweets in the classroom, or we mustn't eat sweets in the classroom? Yes, we mustn't eat sweets in the classroom. Done? Shall we see the next one? We dash our homework every evening. We dash do our homework every evening. We must do our homework every evening, or we mustn't do our homework every evening? Yes, so what should come there? We must do our homework every evening. We must do our homework every evening. Yes? Shall we see some more examples? Okay, here there are some more examples. We dash talk in the class. We dash talk in the class. So what should I write here? We must talk in the class, or we mustn't talk in the class? Yes, I will write we mustn't talk in the class. We mustn't talk in the class. Yes? The next one, we dash listen carefully to the teacher. We dash listen carefully to the teacher. Yes, now think, what is the correct answer? What should be written here? We must listen carefully to the teacher, or we mustn't listen carefully to the teacher? What should we write here? Yes, we must listen carefully to the teacher. We must listen carefully to the teacher. Yes. Now the next one, we dash stand on our chairs. We dash stand on our chairs. Yes, children. So what should the answer be? We must stand on our chairs, or we mustn't stand on our chairs? Yes, the correct answer is we mustn't stand on our chairs. We mustn't stand on our chair. The last one, we dash write carefully. We dash write carefully. Now tell me children, what should we write here? We must write carefully or we mustn't write carefully? What should the correct answer be? Yes, it will be we must write carefully. We must write carefully. Okay, so children, did you all understand what we did today? We learned to use wouldn't or couldn't in sentences. Yes, we learned to write sentences using wouldn't and couldn't. We also learned to use must or mustn't in the sentences, right? So children, I want you all to go through this and revise this chapter, and there is a worksheet provided in the link below. You have to solve the worksheet and submit it. Okay? Bye.